Me and Phil watched Neja 2. I watched it on Friday night with some friends. Phil, you watched it, I'm assuming, with friends on Sunday night.
I watched it with one friend on Sunday.
Phil, take it away. I want you to do your review first.
All right. I'm going to do spoiler-free first.
100% spoiler.
I'm going to give my score, and Izzy's going to give his score just to start it off.
Oh, yeah. We will let you know when you go to spoilers. Sorry. We will let you know.
I gave this movie an 8 out of 10. I loved it. Okay. I thought that was probably, this movie right here was probably the best animated movie we've seen.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to say in a long time. Like maybe maybe even better than Across the Spider-Verse level production. I am willing to put it up
Holy crap, yeah.
I'm willing to even think about putting it over that. That animation was incredible. And the story was very emotional too that I really enjoyed. But the fights were insane. I've never seen fights like that. And there are a couple fights I want to talk with you where I'm like, ooh. Yeah. But I'm going to leave it there. What was your score and what was your quick spoiler-free review?
All right, Phil. I watched Neja 2. Mm-hmm. This is a 9 out of 10. But this isn't just any 9 out of 10. Mm-hmm. This is the closest I can get to a 10 out of 10. Mm-hmm. But I don't want to push my luck here. All right? I can't keep giving out 10 out of 10s. You know, we are very careful. This was 100% a 9 out of 10 for me. I have never seen what I would call a slow burn animated movie. I don't think before in my life. Mm-hmm. This movie is pretty slow in the best way possible. Mm-hmm. This movie is 2 hours and 20 minutes, and it freaking builds on itself, and it just gets better and better and better and better and better, and it just keeps going nonstop. Here's my one flaw. I will say, I don't think the dubbing was that great. I looked up some clip. I think it was good. It was fine. I looked up some clips of the Chinese voice acting. Damn, I wish I watched it in freaking Chinese, dude. And I'm so good with that. I usually will watch things in their standard language. Actually, that's a lie. That's a complete lie. I just straight up lied to the camera. That's not true. But usually I'll be like, yeah, you know what? This would just be better in Chinese or Japanese or whatever. So I'll listen to it in standard language. This I kind of wish I did. Because the dubbing, the mouthing was off, which I should have expected going in. I don't know why I didn't. But also, I don't think the voice acting was that great until later, until the final fight. It just like rips. But we'll talk about that more later. Phil, this movie was straight up incredible. I had so much fun in the theater with my friends. We were like geeking, jumping up and down, like not actually, but we were having freaking a grand old time. And this will be one of those movie experiences that I won't forget. And this will 100% be when we do our like top 10 projects of the year. This will 100% be there. I was so surprised. Even after hearing how great it was, I was still floored by how incredible this movie was. The choreography and the fights were great. The visuals were incredible. The story I thought was actually very strong. Even if I had to play a little bit of catch up because I never watched the first one, I was playing a little bit of catch up in the beginning. Even still, I was able to get hooked in by the end, and I was so locked in, dude. So freaking locked in. Incredible movie. Phil, I want to talk about spoilers, but I'm pretty sure. Oh no, we don't have to do our annual cut. We're fine, right? Yeah. Oh my gosh, yay.
There we go.
Phil, I want to do spoilers. Let's go straight into spoilers.
Got you.
There's a couple fights I want to talk about first, okay? I want to talk about the second trial fight first. The one where he fights the lightning guy.
Oh my gosh.
Holy crap. Oh! Holy crap. Because can I be honest with you? I actually wasn't expecting a cool fight.
What?
More so like when they get into that area. I just wasn't expecting anything crazy.
Okay.
You know, and then it started going, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then it goes more, and I'm like, oh, okay. Like, hold up, what are we doing? It got so insane, and I was just geeking from the special effects, the hand-to-hand stuff, bro. When they're bouncing on the little, like,
the bamboo sticks.
Holy crap, dude. Like, it just had so much vision. The choreography was, like, freaking perfect. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. It was so freaking sick.
These sound effects in that fight.
The sound design for this movie is so good.
Sound design too.
Oh my gosh.
Bro, that fight, I literally thought I was watching because there are some games that like have lightning sounds that sound really good, but Mortal Kombat with what's his name? Raiden?
Yes.
I was getting vibes of Raiden with this fight. Yeah. Every time the dude would power up and be like, or something like that, I'm like, oh, Neja, I'm not gonna lie, bruh, you probably gonna get beat. Or actually, not Neja,
Albing.
Bro, I was like, you might be in trouble. I'm not gonna lie, man. Like,
yeah,
like you can fight, but this guy looks like he can really fight. And boy, did that man move like the Flash.
Yeah, dude.
That man moved. And then when he started, was it Neja? Yeah, when or Albing, when he froze the like water. because he figured out what he was doing. Like he was traveling through the water.
Electricity, so he froze the water.
Bro,
so
that guy, that was so cool. But then there were so many times he was slamming Al Big, and he was throwing him against stuff, and he was kicking him. And even when they were fighting on the bamboo sticks, I was like, yes. Like there were so many times, like because low key DreamWorks, the Kung Fu Panda fights, I really like those fights in the first one, and it was giving me vibes of that. But this was like 10 times better. 10 times better. But like, I love that fight. And even when it got a little bit more serious, when you're finding out like the demon hunters or whatever, why they're doing what they're doing,
freaking lame, dude. I hated.
Oh
that guy.
Yeah, they were getting me angry, bro. But that fight was insane. The beginning fight when you see how like his parents can throw down, I was like, dang.
Yeah, dude.
One thing that low key threw me off though in the beginning of the movie, I did not know his parents could fly.
Oh yeah, so I
didn't know his parents could fly.
Oh yeah, in Chinese myth, this is just a thing that people can learn how to do.
I was like me and my friend at first, because I've seen the first one. The first one is really good. That's why I appreciate the second one, because the animation's 10 times better. But I never saw his parents one time fly. I've seen his parents take shots, this and that. I never saw them fly. So I was like, are they super powered too? Are they like demigods? Like what is going on? Because when I thought they jumped super far, I was like, oh, they can Hulk jump. I could see that. But then when they stayed up in the sky, even when they stopped, they were just like talking. I was like,
yeah, dude, that opening fight was sick.
Are his parents Kryptonians?
Bro, his parents can throw down, dude.
Bro.
They freaking, the way they were like spinning and freaking fighting the octopus thing. And I was like, what the
Bro,
heck?
that octopus fight between him and his mom was so tough.
Holy crap.
It was so tough.
I know. I was like sitting there, I'm like, all right, I'm in. Like, this is really cool. But it wasn't until like that lightning fight, where I was like, "Holy crap!" Before I do want to talk about the final fight a little later, but there's a scene in the first trial. In the first trial, there's a scene that had me and my friends freaking crying laughing. It's and I don't think this movie's like super funny, but this one part was so funny. It's, you know, like all the little like I don't know what they are, beavers, I guess they look like beavers.
Yes, or the groundhogs.
Yeah, whatever. The groundhogs, when they're all like running around and they like see Al Bing like punch the guy in the face, and they're like do the freeze thing, and it goes in the guy's face. Yeah, and you're expecting like a you know, like, and like the freaking like always TV thing, dude. The way his scream just sounded like some man. I laughed. So I wasn't expecting it. It like scared me. He like goes, "Put away." Ah! I was like, what the heck? I started laughing so hard. And then they do it again later. Yep. But during like that section when they're fighting, I was like giggling thinking about it. Like I'm just like, that was so freaking funny. But holy crap, yeah, that. Regardless, let's go back on track. The freaking there's other fight with I had his name up and I lost it. Oh no, where'd it go?
Before I mention my fight,
go here. No, you mentioned your fight because I'm looking.
Yeah. Okay, there was one fight that me and my friend looked at each other and said that probably was my favorite fight of all time, and it was the fight when Neja lost his spear. And Al Bing and the other general, the dragon general, started fighting with their feet.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay.
What in the heck? How did you animate that?
Yeah.
How did you think of that? That was the coolest fight scene I've ever seen. Like they have swords, or like he has his ice lollipop things or whatever, and he has his swords, and they're just stuck there. Next thing you know, Neja's spear flies up, and then Brody catches it, and he's like, "Oh, here you go." And then Brody's like, "You don't think I can fight? Wait a minute!" They're like playing like footsie with the stinking spear, but it's like, bro, the hits that they're like getting on each other with that spear, insane. I was like, wait, I literally got up in my seat. I was like, yo, they hitting each other. They ain't just like throwing the spear. They using their legs and literally like, and he throws it up. No, that's my homie spear. Come over here. I'm like, yeah, they're still going in the speed of how like much they were moving the spear and how much they were flipping it, doing. I need to watch that fight again.
I want to watch.
I need to. I'm gonna watch that fight. I can't wait for
like it to go on streaming somewhere so that I can get all the clips in HD. I'm just like, I need to like freaking watch these clips. I want to talk about the scene with Shen Gung Bao when there's a shot of him. You know how he had like that big whip thing?
Yes.
So when he jumps up and he goes to attack you, that entire section is just super sick too. He was an awesome character, by the way. Yeah. I loved him because, again, didn't watch the first one. I don't know like what he's about.
He was interesting character.
Is he a villain in the first movie, I'm assuming?
He's an antagonist.
Yes, an antagonist. He's not the villain. Because the way I was expecting him to sort of be the villain of this movie, and then yeah, we're in complete spoilers.
Spoiler.
The way it completely switches up, and you realize again, I was like, oh, I could have predicted that. Like, that didn't surprise me. But it's what comes into fruition after where I'm like, oh, dude, I really like what they did with Shen Gong Bao because I really thought he was just going to be straight up a bad dude.
Yes.
And he wasn't. Like, he was very much a redeemed character who was just kind of looking out for his family.
Yes.
You know, like, sure, he's a little selfish. Sure, he wants this, that. But once his family got involved, he was immediately like, no, dude.
Yes.
But the scene when Neja goes back to his home and everything's just destroyed. Visually, it looked sick. Visually, it's so cool. But, man, his parents being gone for a second was rough.
That hit me.
And it wasn't until later, what I was saying. Yes, that scene, visually, in the city, with all the vibrating, was so sick looking. And, like, the brief, like, stuff with his parents was really cool. For me, though, the scene that hit insanely hard was the scene at the end. When they were in that cauldron, and Neja has, like, all, like, the needle things through him. And they're, like, stuck and they can't move. And freaking his mom, like, goes up and, like, hugs him. He's like, no, like, don't. Like, it's going to hurt you. He's like, no, I don't care. Like, I just want, like, this last moment. And she freaking dies, bro. And that was the first time where I was, like, sitting there, like, nah, bro. Like, if I watched the first one, I would have been in tears. This case, I was, like, holding it back. I'm like, bro, nah, you can't be doing this right now. That was rough.
Yes.
That was so rough, but the scene was so visually awesome. But the scene then, when he's like, and he rips his entire body off. Everything goes to pieces just for him to get the sickest form on planet. It was such a sick final form.
Yes.
And also, the new voice actor was ripping, bro. I don't know. That guy has an all of maybe 4 lines. One of them was super corny at the end. But the other ones, I'm like, bro, this guy, where were you the whole time? No shade to the voice actress. She did great. I actually think it was hard for me to adjust to her voice. Her name is Crystal Lee, I'm pretty sure. I can tell you right now. Regardless, I was really, like, not super into the voice acting in the beginning. With the mouthing being off, with it just sort of not sounding right to the voice. It was weird at first, but it wasn't until near the end of the movie where I'm like, oh, never mind, dude. She's cooking right now. That scene with her mom was so powerful, and her voice acting when she starts crying and talking all the dialogue, whatever, was so damn good.
Oh, my goodness.
So damn good. All just for an insane final fight where they're together, Ao Bing in his dragon form and freaking Neja in, like, his, like, true form, whatever.
Yes.
And they're going to town on the punching, whatever. But there's one scene. There's one scene in particular that literally I couldn't stop talking about with my friends when we walked out. The final punch when he, like, and he, like, goes for it. Did you notice the animation switch?
Yes.
Okay.
Bro, that's when I knew. I'm like, this is definitely top 2 at least of best animated movies of all time.
Screamed.
That was crazy.
Like, I literally was like, what am I watching? Why did it do that? It didn't even do that at all, but it did. And
it was so cool.
It was the sickest thing ever, dude.
That switch was insane.
And it was so... I don't... Actually, really enough, I don't think it was smooth because I noticed it immediately. But regardless, it was so worth the weight of that punch where I was just like... What the heck, dude? It was insane.
Yeah.
It was so freaking awesome. I can't wait for the third one. That Great War is going to be peak, dude.
Oh, my gosh, man. Like, sadly, we're going to have to wait 5 years for it, but I'm totally fine because do whatever animation you did for Neja 2 again. I don't care. If you can make it even better, do it. Take as much time as you want. Like, but, bro.
Dude, I'm flying out to China to watch this movie.
I low-key would not be against that. Because the fact that China alone got that movie $1.8 billion in the box office, I want to be in a theater and see how crazy it is, bro.
Massive market, bro. Freaking China's an insane market. That's why MCU will cut out things China doesn't agree with so that they can get that money.
Yeah.
Bro. Yeah.
That was insane. It, in total, made $2.1 billion as I checked it today in the box office, which is nuts. But I also want to talk about this. So maybe we saw it coming. Maybe you saw it coming. I kind of didn't see it coming. But the twist of, what's his name? Shengung Bao not actually being the one who burned down the village or initiated it. It was actually the big
I actually didn't expect that at all.
I didn't expect it.
I thought maybe it was like, oh, burn down the village, everyone's fine. Maybe after the when they're like, I'm like, oh no, like holy crap.
I want to talk about that scene because I just love the fact that Neja's parents invited Shengung Bao to eat. Because he's doing some nice stuff for them. They're eating. They're having a good time. Oh,
and the dialogue's good, too.
The dialogue is very good.
Like what the dad kept saying about like what kindness means. And
yes.
That was really good.
And then his brother comes back.
Brother, I learned how to shapeshift. Or is that later? That was beforehand.
Yeah, he comes back. He's all bloodied up.
Yeah.
Tells his brother that his dad lost his arm. And then he dies. And then Shengung Bao is just angry. He's just like livid. And then this is when I knew this movie was different. So I love this the editing they did for that scene.
They do such a good
job.
They
made it seem like he is the one who initiated the lava going over the village, killing everybody. And also, I did not expect everybody in the village to die. I liked the people in the village. The fact that little boy with his little sister and his mom were the people who were in that lava, like their bodies were the ones really that was that wrecked me. That actually did wreck me.
Because the final scene, I didn't watch the first one. The scene before when Neja leaves, like they kind of like show like we love you, like
exactly
really connected with them. So
exactly.
When they've died brutally, bro.
That wrecked me because it wasn't just like they all got like shot. They melted.
Yeah. They
literally melted and they were ash, and I was like, oh my gosh. But then when you find out that it wasn't Shengung Bao who ordered that, he was the one who realized who did it. And then it was the big baby-looking dude, old man, who initiated it. I was like, you're evil, man. You're evil. And then he planned that whole thing. I was like, this is way more emotional than I thought. Like, these people are evil.
Yeah,
that is how you make a bad guy. That is a bad guy right there. But I just appreciated that because they made the whole audience think Shengung Bao just went nuts and we're about to see the craziest fight between Neja and Shengung Bao. But no, it's actually, he tried to help the villagers. He got the parents out of there before the lava went crazy. Like when he grabbed all of them and went, no, we gotta go. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, he realized it. I was like, oh, that's so sick.
So well done, dude.
But bro,
you're right. The editing was.
That was like,
they do a great job of making you still think it's Shengung Bao. And then,
that was a good choice.
Did you stay for the post-credit scene?
Yes, that was incredibly funny.
My question, those were Neja's brothers.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I wanted verification on that because me and friends were like, yeah, that wasn't it? Like, I think that was.
I didn't see him in the first movie, but I believe that was because they did have the same clothing when he met with them. Oh, another thing. That scene when he was supposed to meet his brothers.
Yes,
it was one, really emotional, good. But two, visually stunning. Mm-hmm. Visually stunning. That was incredible.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. That's animation.
I love that scene so much when he's like really insecure about talking to his brothers.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. I actually like a lot of the commentary on like insecurities and the way you view yourself, things like that. Like it's so well done because I like that Al Bing's like the exact opposite of Neja, where he's like he like objectively looks the way like he like should look as a prince.
Yeah.
Compared to Neja, who's a demon and like has all like baggy eyes and like is super like short and everything.
And
like,
they talked about it too.
And they really get into that. What is kind of funny is the fact that he gets a final form and it like looks significantly better. That I'm like, you kind of take out like the entire like that insecurity part. Maybe it's supposed to just be a commentary on puberty. Like I don't know, maybe, but regardless, that's not really me being a criticism. Just kind of like an interesting. Like I'd like to hear other people's like take on that.
Mm-hmm.
What I do want to ask, and it's I'm throwing a little shade not at you, but at Disney. So this animation style, it's different, but like it's definitely like that classic 3D animation that I feel like Pixar, Disney, like kind of like set up, right, like that, but like looks insanely better.
Yes.
So what's going on? You know?
Yes.
Like no shade.
Yes. No. Yes. Shade.
Respect to what everyone's doing. Here's the thing: is I think they are doing something different, and I think that's why it looks so much better.
Mm-hmm.
Disney, why haven't you tried making like a big long form story like this with like insane animation? Why aren't you trying in a Into the Spider-Verse, a Neja type story where you're like building over like the course of a trilogy, and it's like this like big epic. Why haven't they? I'm not wrong, right? They have never done that before.
I think they've had good animated movies.
Yes,
but
that's not even a question.
Like,
I'm not even arguing that. Yeah.
Here's the problem. I think that other studios are just getting better. Yeah. Because, for example, if you guys haven't seen it, talked about the Bad Guys 2, love the animation. DreamWorks is changing their animation style. It's getting better. Sony Pictures Animated is getting better. K-Pop Demon Hunters, Spider-Verse.
Best movie of the year.
Now we got this movie looking way better than anything. And I think they used a style that still was like Disney, but the difference is they went way more into it. Yeah, they had 2 hours and 20 minutes of
that's exactly
probably more content. But
like DreamWorks, like it's like a different art style. Sony, it's a different art style. Like Neja's probably the closest thing to like a Disney art style, and they freaking murder them. Yeah. Like they floor them. Yeah. There's a couple movies that I think are visually like really pretty in terms of like the art. Like I think of Soul a lot of the time.
Yes.
Kind of like the,
yes.
Like the,
Soul looked insane. It looked so real.
Yes, but even like the Spirit World's like designs, like how wacky all the like drawings. I love stuff like that. Like I like that Disney's not afraid of being unique with their art. But why aren't we getting these grand epics with insane set piece type movies? Right? Like, I don't think they've done that before or recently. They haven't done that recently. That's not even a question.
Maybe. I just think that it's like either they're meeting time slots, they're meeting deadlines, or it's that because Neja 2, I believe this movie took a long time to make.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just that they put more time into really diving into this art style because when I'm watching it, when I first started it, like, yes, it looked way better than the first one, but I was thinking like, oh, this kind of looks like a Pixar movie. But the reason why it looks insanely better is because one, we have more time with it. And two, the fights and the motion and everything in it just look way more detailed, way more like worked on. The coloring is really good. Obviously, the lighting is really good for different things, but it just looks better because we have more time with it. With Disney, I feel like it's that they can get to that, but also they have to rush. They have to like
meet deadlines.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be for real. I let me see when Neja 1 came out because
2019.
This movie is significantly way better animated than the first one. 2019?
Yeah.
So 6 years.
Yeah.
It took them 6 years to make this. And it looks insane, but they had way more time with it.
Yeah, but like, look, dude, Disney has
That's
a lot
what
of
I'm
money.
thinking.
Disney has a lot of money and like, but why not? I guess it's 2019. It's a massive jump, and this is easier said than done. But why not try and open a studio that's pushing art in the way that like these newer studios are doing? I think Disney needs to keep up. I think they're falling way behind from a writing perspective, from a art perspective. I think art they do some like unique things, and I'll mainly credit Pixar for that.
Yes.
But I still think that they're falling behind. Dude,
I think they're stuck.
You named them. DreamWorks has found its style and it's killing it. Sony Pictures found its style and it's killing it.
Yeah.
The Neja team, they're killing it. Like
Bro.
Disney I think is slowly like, where do they fit into this now? Because you ask us 15 years ago and we'd say Disney, Pixar, they floor DreamWorks.
Yes.
You know? Like sure there'd be an argument, but like come on. It's classic Pixar, you know? Now
it's like, not there.
Come on, it's not even a conversation.
It's not there. Dude. I can't think of like there have been a couple of Disney animated movies that came out. What is one where you're like, oh, that was on the level of or close to K-Pop Demon Hunters Neja 2 or
the last time I've probably never like I probably never too. Like Wall-E.
Whoa!
I don't know. Like
that's a long time ago.
From an animation perspective, or from a movie perspective.
I want to ask on animation and story. I want to do both because
from an animation perspective, probably like I think Soul is beautiful. I think Soul is beautiful looking. I don't love that movie, but I think animation wise, it's freaking gorgeous.
I'll give you that.
Story though, I don't know. I don't like K-Pop Demon Hunters isn't a super deep story. Neja 2 is an insane story. But even still, I resonate with K-Pop Demon Hunters more than I've resonated with anything Disney's done in 10 plus years.
That's what I'm getting at. I think that they're just stuck.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Like, I know the next thing, and I believe Hoppers is with Pixar, but I still count Pixar as Disney. But, like, I think they need to take it another level. Because I think that's what all these other studios did. They knew, because DreamWorks was the one that was competing with Disney, because you had Shrek, you had Puss in Boots, you had all this other stuff, and the stories were deep. That's why I think they can compete. But now, I think that Disney has been like, okay, like we Disney, animation is our thing. We'll always have the kids in theaters, but the new stuff that's coming out looks better.
And now they don't have kids in theaters because freaking no one's taking their kids to watch Disney, except Lilo and Stitch remake.
Yeah.
Like that. Like, they're taking them to watch remakes. I'm curious to see how Zootopia 2 does.
Yeah.
Like, Inside Out 2 made a lot of money, too.
Inside Out 2.
Things like that, like, sure, like, your sequels are going to make a lot of money. I think at some point that will stop. And I think people would argue, like, no, sequels will always, like, make money. That's why we need to make new IP, because we need more creative ideas, whatever. I actually think, creatively, like, sequels can only go so far. I think at some point you need new things. And I think Disney's lacking in new things. I don't think they have anything, like, that has... like staying value. Think about it like K-pop Demon Hunters, right? K-pop Demon Hunters just became the most watched Netflix movie of all time.
That is insane, by the way.
It's like 256 million views or whatever. It made 20 million when they brought it to theaters. Freaking 2 months after the movie came out.
Yes, that is amazing, by the way.
Disney's not doing that, bro.
They need the update.
They need the update. I think they genuinely need the update. I think it's just... it's unfortunate, and I want to see... look, I'm team. I want to see everyone succeed. I want to see competition.
Yeah.
And right now, dude, if we're, like, scaling them, Disney's down here, bro. They are nowhere near... like, even if we're looking at sales or whatever, because I imagine Inside Out 2, Zootopia 2 will still make so much money.
Yeah.
Even still. I will walk out of that movie and say, yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was maybe great. I will never say... oh, this is one of the best movies this year.
Yeah.
Oh, this is freaking like an all-timer.
Yeah.
Oh, this is... they haven't done that in so long.
Yep.
And how is it that this year, Neja 2 and K-pop Demon Hunters alone, I can make that argument?
Come on.
You know? Like,
Come on.
It's so unfortunate. And I hate being the guy that compares everything to, like, be like, well, I wish it was like this, you know? But, like, the truth is, like... when you used to be something and now the competition's significantly better than you, it's like, well, we have to start asking questions on why that's the case.
Yeah.
You know? And I think they need to step up. Needless to say, Neja 2 is freaking so good. I want to watch it again. I'm going to watch the first one. I don't know when. I'm hoping I get time.
It's out on Netflix.
I know.
Just let you know.
I know. I was talking to a coworker and I was like, I need to watch it. I'm going to watch it. Is there a dub? I'm probably going to watch it in Chinese.
There's a dub.
I'll probably watch it in Chinese.
There's a dub.
But, yes. Anyways, Neja 2 is incredible. I think everyone should go watch it. I think, like, even if you think, like, the dubbing's weird, or you're not even, like, I know some people that are just, like, not with, like other, like international films because of, like, the language barrier.
Yes.
Or, like,
there's a lot.
Culture barrier. I don't know. I know people don't care for stuff like that. You are missing out if you're not watching this movie. I walked out of this movie, and I told my little brother, I'm like, dude, you freak, because we were supposed to go together. He didn't want to go anymore. I refunded his ticket, bought a ticket, and I was like, all right, that's fine.
You missed out, buddy.
I literally told him, I came home, I'm like, dude, you actually just missed out so hard. I feel bad for you that you didn't watch this with me. But...
I need to see people's reactions to that spear fight. I'm sorry. I need to see it, because that's got to be my favorite fight of all time. That was unbelievable.
What a movie. Anyways, that's all I have to say on Neja. It's peak. I loved it. I think there's a chance it'll be higher on my list. Right now it's sitting at number 5. Just under Superman, Thunderbolts, Sinners, and K-pop Demon Hunters. Look, objectively, I think Neja 2 might be a better movie than K-pop Demon Hunters. I just freaking love K-pop Demon Hunters, so that'll always stay at number 1.
Neja 2 was really deep also.
Yeah.
It really was. But you guys need to go check it out while it is in theaters right now. I don't know for how long, but please go check it out. And I need to hear your reaction